Yo, what the hell did I just read? One Piece chapter 1094 was unexpected. We finally get some sort of conclusion to Luffy versus Kizaru, which may have finally put the Admirals versus Yonko debate to sleep. We learn more information about Bonney, Kuma, and Vegapunk, but most importantly, we see Saint Jaygarcia Saturn of the Five Elders fully unveil his power, and no bullshit Oda silhouette this time. This chapter gives us quite a bit, and what's even better is that there's no break next week. Now all of this is fine and dandy, but let's break down the events that took place. And yeah, the Vice Admirals did something interesting, but that still doesn't change the fact that they're trash this chapter. Go see my video down in the description below as to why the Vice Admirals are trash, and they will always remain trash. Now if I may interrupt this video real quick, just for a quick second, if you're enjoying this video so far, why not press the like button? It's free. Share it with a friend, leave a comment, help press that subscribe button, that's also free, and it would help push my small channel in the algorithm. Now regarding the Kizaru versus Luffy fight, the fact that Luffy and Kizaru both managed to tire each other out by the end, Kizaru managing to compete and chill while Luffy was using Gear 5 against him, should say everything. The Admirals versus Yonko debate is dumb. It's always been dumb. I'm sorry. In my opinion, the Admirals have always been relative with the Yonko. I'm not saying that they're necessarily over the Yonko, like they're all sort of relative to each other to some extent. I understand that some characters may get wanked harder than others. Shanks. So based on Kizaru's performance against Gear 5 Luffy, it makes more sense how he was so easily willing to go face Big Mom and Kaido by himself. Now I'm not saying that one is stronger than the other, so leave me alone with that, but I'm just saying it's kinda interesting. Now the meat and potatoes of this chapter is when Saint Jaygarcia Saturn of the Five Elders pulls up to Egghead Island. He screams so loud that Luffy, Kizaru, Lucci, Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei, all of them just hear it. They sense like this unusual aura, this unusual presence. Then all of a sudden we see a bunch of black lightning, these clouds, and turns out that Saturn has just unleashed his awakened form. It's like this awakened hybrid yokai from Japanese mythology that sort of has like a spider-like appearance. In fact, that transformation is the biggest flex in all of One Piece. Forget Shanks pulling up to Whitebeard's ship and making people around him faint. Instead, when Saturn transformed, he made the head of a marine explode just by looking at him. Like, bro, what are we getting into here in One Piece? It makes you think, how the hell did Sabo survive 5 of these monstrosities as well as a transformed emu? I don't know, it kind of smells like plot armor to me. If you really think about it, how the hell did a sick dying cobra survive eye contact with a transformed Saturn but a marine soldier couldn't? I don't think we want to go down that rabbit hole. Now what Saturn does this chapter is pretty much flex his power to everybody and their ancestors, order all the pacifista to attack the people that gotta be attacked, meaning the Straw Hats and Vegapunk, make things even more hopeless for our protagonists. Then he finds himself with a Luffy that is powering down from Gear 5, acknowledging him by his Sun God Nika moniker. Now before we get to the next part, although unsuccessful, Bonney had just got done 2v1ing fodder Vice Admirals, so she hops over to where Luffy, Saturn, and Kizaru are at, along with Sanji, Frankie, and Vegapunk. It's like a double spread where they're all in front of each other. Bonney also suddenly has these memories appear which display somebody giving an order to Vegapunk to clear Kuma of his consciousness, and Bonney gets mad, she gets furious, so she grabs a sword and she rushes Saturn and she stabs him with it. And that's pretty much how the chapter ends, although that implies that Saturn was the one who gave the order to get rid of Kuma's consciousness, so there's like a personal grudge between Bonney and Saturn. Although let's be honest, what is Bonney gonna do with a sword? Don't get me wrong, no disrespect to Bonney because I actually like her, but if you witness the biggest flex in your entire show take place right in front of you, are you simply gonna rush the villain with a melee weapon not knowing what's gonna happen? Now I understand that she's acting out of emotion, but we all know damn well that that did not hurt Saturn. If anything, what I expect is gonna happen is an even bigger flex is gonna happen, but Kuma is gonna finally show up from Marijua, jump in the way and protect Bonney from the blast. That's right, I think Bartholomew Kuma is gonna finally arrive next chapter. It's either gonna be Kuma or the ancient robot. One of them is finally gonna play a role. Ideally, this gets wrapped up within 10 chapters or so, and even more ideally, we end up in Elbaf by the end of the year, although it's not really looking like it right now. This was a solid chapter, we've made quite a bit of progress, I'd give it a solid B+. Now if you've enjoyed this video, why not press the like button? It's free. Share it with a friend, leave a comment, help press that subscribe button, it's also free, and it would help push my small channel in the algorithm. Besides that, the comment question of the day is simple: what do you think is gonna happen next? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And have a good one.